Hey everybody, it's Colleen here with Artwork by Colleen. Today we're going to do a hibiscus. So I got to tell you that it took me 3 tries to get it right. The first try was terrible, the second try was actually even worse, and this third try was finally acceptable to me. If you wait till the end of the video, you'll see the first 2 that I tried really awful, but you know, I learned from my mistakes. And that's kind of the point of this whole journey, right? Anyway, so I made a Skinner blend, put the white in the middle, just like you saw in the beginning, and then I sliced it, I rolled it out really thin, and then as you can see here, I cut it into little sections, and then I staggered one on top of the other. As you might notice, I only took a small piece of the block to test it, and then when I decided I thought it looked pretty good, then I started making all the sections, and I only did it a little bit of time. You can see there, I took that and I stretched it out, did the same way I did the other ones. Once I had it the way I thought it looked pretty good, then I started stretching it out so that I could make the individual petals and put it together. Take a little bit of a process. So fun fact I learned, not learned, but I was reminded, how about that, is that I used a softer clay for the pink. It was actually Michael's Craft Smart, which is fine if you use all Craft Smart, but the yellow was Primo, and those two tend to have a little bit of a problem going together. So right now I'm working on the center part of the flower, and to make it look more realistic, I just cut out a piece of one of the petals and stuck it in there so that it gave that look of like a third dimension, I guess you would say. And then I took some of that darker color that I used to make the bottom of the middle stem, and I put that right on the edge to make it the center so that everything touched. And then in order to be able to differentiate between the petals so that all didn't like squish together when I finished it, I put a little thin piece of white along the halfway up along the edges so that you can see the difference of. Now here I'm just taking it and I'm edging the edges a little bit with you can use anything that's like a little pointed piece. I use sometimes a knitting needle. Anyway, so once I did that, I went ahead and took pieces of the translucent that I'm going to cover the flower with, and I made little circles, and then I pushed them in at different spots so that they would accentuate the little petals, just to give the petal like a little more movement and not be completely smooth. And then I went ahead and took some more of the translucent and covered the rest of it like that. And then I took some of the translucent, put it together, and put little pieces in between to kind of make it circular. And then to finish it all off nice and smooth, I took a thin piece of translucent and put it all together. At this point, it's just the usual. I'm reducing it down to turn it into something. And because of that pink was so much softer, you can see how sometimes the outer edge squishes when you make them, but this time the inner edge did. Now, there's the finished product. I'm pretty happy with it, and as you can see, these are some of the total flubs. This is the good stuff, and I made an extra piece from that one petal that was left over. This was the terrible one, and this one was just simply awful. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe, and this is my dog, Lily.